Hello. Hi, Hillary. We're just,
Hello, everyone. Hello, Alice. How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I see Lars is here, Sharon, William. Hello, everyone. I'm just trying. Sabrina's here as well.
Thrin and Kirian, I don't think I said hello to yet either.
Yeah. And Hillary is here as well. That's awesome.
We appreciate that you guys took the time out to kind of learn a little bit more about what we have planned and give you some promotion ideas for promoting Noomu. And at this time, the only people being invited to the affiliate program are people who are actually using the product and trying it out. And because I think that's what it is. It's an opportunity for you guys to just share an awesome tool. And if you're familiar with it, right, then it's good. You don't have to sell it. You don't have to go through all the pricing and everything like that. I think it's just a really good opportunity to share the free trial, the free resources that we're building and stuff like that as a helpful thing. And if you're using it yourself, then you're able to demonstrate that it's working for you as well. So today, just our agenda for today is we will go through the affiliate dashboard, show you how you can share templates and funnels, talk about the revenue possibilities that there are with promoting Noomu, what links you can promote, also strategies for you recurring income. Yusuf's going to talk to us about those things. And then, of course, answer any questions that you... And also, we have basically we're going to go through this affiliate guide that we've created for you. So we're going to go through that, but we're going to demonstrate some things on screen so you can see how they would really work. But there is a download that you guys can take with you that you'll have. So maybe if it's all right with you guys and new stuff, I'll start by going through the affiliate dashboard, showing you how to share templates and funnels. You'll also see where you can pick up the user guide, so if you don't necessarily really need to take notes today, we already made the notes for you. So I'm inside the affiliate dashboard. And if you're ever looking for it and you're not sure where it is, oh my goodness, all this stuff is coming up for me. There we go. This is where you'd find the dashboard. And at the very top, you can see the download is for the guide that we're going to be working through as well. So you can download that anytime. You can print it. You can just keep it on your computer, whatever you'd like, but we'll also walk through it. So if you can't find this, you're like, where is the login? Because again, we're not inviting the public to it, so we don't have the link out. If you're in your dashboard of your website, so you're in the builder now, and if you go on the left to dashboard, and then you just go to affiliate, this is not the affiliate dashboard. This is just an invitation to join the affiliate program. But you click this and you'll be inside the dashboard where I am. So if you ever lose it, that's where it is. And so when you go in here, you will see this is not I'm not a very active affiliate, as you can see, but you can see the stats that you would have here and keep track of your clicks, the people who register, which is a free registration, and then how many actually subscribe with a billing plan. And so that's the main page. It gives you an overview. You can also create a link from here, but here you can also create a link. So the way the affiliate program works is that you will find there's your default affiliate link. If you haven't gone in there yet, you probably have one link here. I have two because I made a link, a different one. So there is one default link, and then you can create links to any page at Noomu. So if you see us promoting our turnkey membership site templates, or now we're showing quiz funnels, you can create a link to that at any time. You choose what you want. You can also track it to certain campaigns. So say you're going to email about it, a certain landing page, and then you're also going to do some blog posts and you want to see, did the email convert more or did the blog post? You can actually create more links. So the top part is the URL that you want it to say. So you want it to say, so I'm going to promote membership site or something like that. And that's good enough. So the next part is the link where it goes to. So any landing page that we have, I don't remember the URL of the membership template, that's made up. So you would just go to the website and check the link, and I'll show you where to find links that you can use. And then you could put a note here. So this could be email campaign, and it will keep track of stuff for you in your stats. So you have it. And it's always the oldest one is on the bottom. if you're ever looking for where they are. So your default link is still the bottom one, but you can also create other links to our homepage and track them to different campaigns as well. Then we don't have any banners in here for you right now. So it's just the graphics in there. We will make something and add something to it, but the best way to promote something is by recommending it. So putting images on your website and stuff, that's not going to get as much attention as if you directly tell people on your list or make some content about Noomu. That's what's going to do more for you. And then there's the payouts. And this is where it will tell you how much balance you have and what's available to withdraw. And you can withdraw here. So the limits, just so you know, are to reach when you reach $75 in commissions, you can withdraw them. And there is a 15-day waiting period just to cover our refund policy and anything like that in case people get a refund. So you would just go in here and you can withdraw, and you would need to also make sure that in your settings that you filled out your PayPal address, because we will be paying by PayPal. So PayPal is the cheaper way to do it. If there are any issues for anybody who maybe can't receive PayPal, then possibly you could do a Stripe invoice for us and we can talk about that. But if you have a PayPal account, we'd appreciate that you stick with the PayPal because it just makes it all more automated and easier for us to do. So the filling out information you can fill out there, and that's about it in the dashboard. But the key is creating those links to different pages. So what would you create links to? I'm going to actually skip to that, and then I'm going to show you how to share templates and funnels in a second. But we are right now, because you have signed up for a trial, maybe you are already on a plan now too, you will get emails from us that tell you what we're promoting. And at this time, because we don't have a dedicated affiliate manager, then that's a great way to keep up with what we're sharing. So if you see in an email that we are sharing something, and that you are welcome to share it as well. Those are landing pages for you to share as well. So if we I'm going to go to there later, Noomu.com, and just give you a quick overview, and we're going to get this a little bit more organized for you as well, where you can find more stuff. But right now, if you go to the bottom, you can find different pages that we have. So you could talk about, if you need to talk about the integration or the pricing, you can link to all these pages. We do have a plan for developers. People, if you're a developer, whether want people who are developing sites for people, it's more like it's not fully unlimited, but it's a more of an unlimited plan, comes at a higher price and has a higher commission. So it might be worth sharing. We are making different landing pages for people who want to sell printables, who want to create membership sites, who want to sell courses online, who want to sell coaching services. And really the only goal here is to get them to see our turnkey templates and get them to try us out. As an affiliate, you don't need to convince them that you should get this plan or you should get that one. Just convince them to check it out, look at these templates. It's done for you. And you can go in. We're going to do other landing pages. We are also building a community, and we hope to have the community open next week, where there will be even more information-based stuff you could share. If you've seen the quizzes that we're doing right now, it is not in the bottom navigation, but if you check your email, you'll see we've been talking about them. There's videos on our YouTube channel about it as well. But we're going to create sort of a resource center that has all that stuff, that shows people our turnkey quiz templates and all the extra goodies that we're making for people. You'll see also in our marketing strategy, we are giving away free things that people can download, and it brings them to a landing page that will encourage them to sign up for the free trial. But you'll be able to share tons of free stuff. This quiz thing that we're sharing right now, in the next day or so, we also have a free AI prompt sheet where they can create their own quizzes and stuff like that. And anybody can go download that. So that's a great page to share, because then it shows them. We've also done the funnels for you. You can go ahead and use them. So you'll see there's a lot of great stuff coming when the community is opened up. I hope you'll check it out as well, and you'll find lots of pages. And again, you can link to all the public pages. Okay, are we all okay so far? I'm going to go and show you the other beautiful thing about this affiliate program is that you can also share templates, put a link directly. So say you used a template, you use this journal shop template, and you're seeing people are saying, oh, that's pretty cool, and I want to make a site like that too. You can actually literally share this template that you don't have to do any modifications to it to share our templates freely. At any time, you can just go to, again, it's at, well, no, it's not in dashboard, sorry. It's in My Sites and Funnels. And we'll look over at the websites, and you can go here with the gear icon and there's share. The top link is not an affiliate link, but obviously you're going to want to use your affiliate link to here. This is using the last, and remember we were creating links, and this is to help you track. This is to help you keep track of what, even though it may seem complicated, it's to help you keep track of what's working when you share Noomu, who is actually signing up from which promotions. You will see this little drop down here. And this is showing you that I've set up these 3 different links. The bottom one, again, just as it was in the dashboard, is always your default link. So if you're not wanting to track it, you're just going to put on the default link, and then now you have an affiliate link. But if you want to track, say, okay, I'm going to share the journal site template, I'm going to create this email series, then you might want to create another tracking. If you forget this part, or you're like, I don't even know what's going on, don't worry about it. You just share it. It'll still track. This is just if you want to be more precise in knowing what's working. So you could share templates, you can share funnels. You can also potentially create your own originals, like sites with content and funnels with content that you've created. And I think this is great for like people who sell PLR and stuff, who want to give their customers who buy their PLR content a done-for-you solution. So you put all the stuff into the template, and you could share that as part of a paid product. If you're going to share templates as a paid product, we would ask that you have changed the logos that we create that are original and change the text. We're not so concerned about the layout of the site, like the design. It's that they're actually getting something unique if you're going to charge money to access it. If they're customers who aren't familiar with Noomu, you would probably make a different package of content or something, but then you would create this template for them, which would be an extra. So that's why I'm saying it's great for PLR sellers. So if you're already creating commercial use content for people, this is an extra thing that you would add in there, and then they can see a demo of the site like it's already looking awesome, and I can just click this and the content's already in there, and I can do that. But
Yeah,
also,
sorry, I just would like to add one thing. The reason why we request you to, if you want to make the template for money, then we request you to change it, just because we don't want to create a scenario or a situation where they see the template is exactly the same as one of the 3 templates that we have, and then that might create some issues down the road. But also, just Alice emphasized on, when you try to, let's say, bring somebody in as part of the affiliate program, the less barrier, the better. So if you share a free template, they're more likely going to sign up. And if they upgrade to a new plan, then that's how you will be making money later on down the road. Sorry, Alice, I just wanted to
great.
emphasize that.
I felt like I ain't being clear on what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's also become a point where you have a lot of customers you referred, and you can be making templates that you just sell, and you don't have to have all that extra stuff, but you be making original things that you're selling. But of course, you got to know your audiences best and know what would go for them. But Yusuf is totally right. Like, you just basically want them trying out the builder. That's the trick, because you just want to get them in and see how easy it is, and that they'll be like, oh, I totally love this. Like, even Yusuf and like, we're also, because our Noomu.com site is built using the same builder you guys are using, and just we're falling in love with it more and like seeing all the possibilities. So you just want people to get in and try it. I think that's the best way. And Sabrina is asking if you can use a link shortener. Yes, that's not a problem. You can redirect a link before it goes into our site. So I think Yusuf was going to just talk to us a little bit, like just so you can visualize the revenue possibilities of how this would work.
Yeah, definitely. Before that, I would like to address a question coming in from Alexandra. She said, what type of changes are we supposed to make in the template? So we would recommend the logo, perhaps some of the coloring, maybe add a different footer, maybe a different header.
It should be different, right?
Yeah.
It should be a different site. It can look the same, right? It can have this layout, and it can have this, and like you just swap out the images, changing the color. Yeah.
Maybe like to give you an example, like this one, can you scroll up? I just want to know exactly which template you're using. So this one is for journal shop. Maybe if you wanted to use like the same template, maybe you can switch it up to make it like more of a pertaining to your fitness clients, maybe if that's the niche that you're in, right? So you change it up a little bit, add a little bit of fitness content into it. Actually, every template, you can click on the image and you can go to the image library that we have that will allow you to use these photos that Alice is showing. And it's easy to swap out the images to make it resemble something that you are actually want to promote, right? So these are the type of changes that we do recommend. Coloring and all that stuff adds more layer to it. But
concerned about the color or the actual layout, but content is really what's important.
Yeah. And then you can even add widgets to it, remove widgets. You have a total autonomy in how you want to change the layout of this template and then later on make it as your own and charge money for it. But as we said, in order to get people in first, the best way to actually eliminate that barrier of entry, and the way to eliminate the barrier of entry is by making it as easy as possible to join and use the template. Now, what you can do in your email series, if you want to promote something later, you can first of all just have them enter. And then once they enter, then you can follow up with your email series about all of the new amazing templates that you've created that they can add to their plan, right? So that's one way of doing it. And then you can track the progress in your affiliate dashboard. And that's where you can see the pricing and stuff like that. And because Alice just passed it on to me to speak a little bit about pricing, if you promote Noomu, somebody signs up and then later on decides to get the digital empire plan, which is currently sitting at a rate of $67, which we later will be bumping up and increasing the price after this like launch period is in effect. And the more we bump up the price, the more you will get out of that commission that you will ultimately send, right? So if they join and then they get the digital empire plan, then you can actually will be making anywhere between $80 to $160 per year per that customer, depending on if they sign up for the yearly plan or the monthly plan. So that's why I'm putting the range a little bit wide, because I don't want to confuse you guys, or I don't want to be misrepresenting it. But obviously, if they get the business, then the commission rate will be perhaps a little bit lower than the digital empire plan, right? But that will be a lifetime commission as long as the subscriber or as long as the user is using the platform. So if they use it for another year after that, you'll be getting the next year's commission. If they signed up for a monthly, you will be getting the monthly portion every month into your affiliate dashboard. And if they sign up for the yearly, you will be getting the yearly almost immediately, just past the 14-day trial period or something like that, just to make sure that they don't refund. And if they refund, then obviously we're going to have to remove that amount. And everything is actually being handled automatically. So everything has been set up, and it's hassle-free for us and it's hassle-free for you. And you will be tracking the amount of people that have joined the program. But that is the commission rate. And obviously, if we increase the price and then they join the new prices the following year, you will be expecting a bump in your commission rate as well. Not a commission, not the percentage, but the commission that you will be paid out, right? So the commission rate will be the same as the one that you currently see on your dashboard. But there are actually several ways. I know I'm going to get into like the marketing aspect of it, but there are several ways in order to like make them sort of, I wouldn't say push them towards signing up for the higher plan or something like that, because that's a decision that they're going to make. But in your resource videos that I will, or content that I will be talking about later, what you can do, you can specifically talk about specific things that in order for them to do it, they need to have basically the other plan. And that way they can watch your videos, get educated about the content, and then sign up for that plan that is more suitable to them. Now you might ask yourself, who are the people that I can send to the commission to this, basically to earn money from? And honestly, it could be anyone from someone that is already on your email list that wants to create or start a website. Because here's the thing, websites have become a personal thing that a lot of people would like to have a website, right? Whether they're selling products or not. That's why we have the digital starter plan, which is like for less products, but at the same time, it gives them more value if they will just want to have a blog or anything like that, which is currently sitting at $19.95 and $14.95 for if they sign up for the yearly. So if somebody just want to start a blog, if like a family member that wants to start a blog, or if somebody on your list or anyone like that,
They're thinking of, oh, I want to start writing something. Maybe I want to create products, because then they have that option, right? If they would a tool, then they
promote this software to your family member who is willing to start a website, and then they use our platform and then pay you a commission because you did the job in order to convince, let's say, or talk to your family member to sign into this. And then that way, whether
set it up if you're feeling very,
you can set it up for them. You can do all that stuff.
you do if you start with the turnkey template.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter if it's like family members or not, but when you have people signing up and using your affiliate link, and you will be getting paid for it, what ultimately will happen is that your website, first of all, like your first goal is that your website on Noomu will be paid for from the commission rate. That would be my approach. My first approach would be like, if I signed up for the business plan and that cost me like X amount of money every year, my goal is to have as many people as possible join so that they cover that cost. That way, I'll eliminate that overhead cost, my website overhead cost. And then now I can basically have a little bit more money to do other things. Let's say promote my website or do other stuff, right? Because you will eliminate that cost. And then if you go above that threshold, then obviously you will be starting to make money from the program, as opposed to just have it to cover your website cost. So the opportunities are endless, and don't think about it like, oh, I don't have a list to promote it to. You can literally promote it to anybody. And
oh, can I also suggest,
absolutely,
on our templates, we branded them. And obviously any customer, oh, I'm not sharing the screen. I forgot. Shoot. Okay. The bottom here, all the templates have a link to Noomu, and obviously any customer can remove that. You guys don't have to have that, but it's also a possibility to put your affiliate link there, right?
Absolutely,
you can replace that, because people will be like, oh, I like this site, and like, how is it set up? And I don't think that's like a direct way to get a lot of people, but it is something that people will notice if they're thinking about, oh, how did they set this up? And then you just make that with your.
Now here is the interesting, I would actually suggest you, if you want to keep that link there, if you want to remove it, you can remove it. But if you want to keep it there, I would highly suggest you to put your affiliate link there, because there's a tricky.
And this is my footer link, right?
Yeah. So even if they click on it because they're just curious about what Noomu is, and then later on they decide to sign up later on down the road, you will get that commission just because they clicked on it because the link was there. So that's why I would, if you want to remove it completely, I do understand. But if you want to keep it and you want to apply your affiliate link, then that's definitely something that you can do to do that. So would you like me to get into the strategies now, or shall I just?
What else were we gonna do? We were gonna do what links to promote. Yes, I think I did things in a slightly different order. So I think we're ready for that. But I did also want to mention, so there are the plans, and you get recurring commissions on that. There are also add-ons. If you looked in your billing section, once you've signed up for a Noomu account, you'll see if you need more room for email subscribers or sending email, or if you want to add more features to the community and stuff. You guys get commissions on those add-ons too. So just because someone signs up for one plan, that doesn't mean that's the only thing you'll receive from that customer signing up with you. That as they grow and they need more things, that also will be put out as a commission for you.
Alice, just if you don't mind, because you have the screen, can you show how to replace the
Yeah. Okay. So every little thing that you can click on, like this text, there's the delete button if you want, but if you just want to get rid of this part, you can put your mouse over, delete it. You want to change the actual, now you can see this thing popped up. You want to change the actual link and insert your affiliate link, you can put that link in right in here. So yeah, everything is just touch it and you can do what you like with it. You can move things around, all that. So it's pretty nice, drag and drop, easier. Even easier than a Word document, because moving things around on a Word document, I think, is a little tricky sometimes. So yeah. And there are, I think, I don't know if it was the same, because I didn't see who asked that question, but we were asked, like, do we have video
Alexandra.
editing stuff? So we do have stuff on our YouTube channel. And a lot of those YouTube videos are going to be incorporated into the community. So you can't create a link to YouTube, our YouTube channel, but as the community is ready, we're going to put those videos into there, and you'll be able to link to those community pages. So if you see some videos that you would like to share that you find also helpful, you'll be able to do that as well.
Definitely. So now let's dive into the strategies that you can implement in order to create a recurring commission revenue from your affiliate program. And the best way to do it is actually to focus on giving out as much information as possible about the platform. And that could come in a form of a blog post, it could come in a form of videos, it could come in a form of webinars or demonstration sessions or whatever that is, where you take on the responsibility of showing them how you can actually work and demonstrate your work onto the platform. One of the best ways to do it is, I don't know if you've come across resource pages on Google or on any other search engine. And what the resource page is basically a page that talks about, that uses a specific keyword, right? For SEO, let's say 10 best website builders. And then you give literally your review on multiple website builders. And then ultimately you embed the one that you recommend into the mix. Or say, let's say you do 5 best website builders and you mention Shopify, Wix, and some other platforms. And then ultimately you also mention Noomu. And then as you mentioned Noomu,
Gotta make a rating, and you're gonna put Noomu at the top.
yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. You either put it at the top or you put it at the bottom where it resonates with people, but you can put it at the top. If it's like chronological order and you think Noomu is one of the best, you put it at the top. And then at the end, we're in conclusion. That's where you disclose that this website that I'm using right now, it's powered by Noomu. And if you would like to check out these amazing templates, then click on this link. And then in that link, you can send them to the some of the links that we have, right? If it's printable templates, coaching, whatever, you just choose your link, embed it into your affiliate link, and then it will send them automatically, and then it will track those customers. And most of the websites or most of the templates that we're trying to implement, we're trying to remove the taking credit card up front, simply because we truly want to give people the opportunity to try it out without setting limitations, right? Or barriers of entry.
Big companies always want you to commit and stuff.
To commit right away. We don't. We actually believe in what we've built, and we think it's very handy and useful platform. And we want to give the people the opportunity to test it out, whether they want to use it or not. So you can use any of those links that send directly to no credit card. And then once they sign up, in the process of doing so, then obviously you will be getting paid. So that's one of the things that you can do.
We do follow-ups for new people who sign up too. So as they are going through their trial, they're going to get tutorials. We're also going to remind them, oh, don't let your website go to waste, and encourage them to sign up. So you can leave like the selling part to us. It's more just you getting people to come in, and you're being helpful, giving information on how they can very easily create their online business.
Yeah, as we have created like multiple follow-up series and stuff like that, will actually help them to convert by using our skills, obviously. So your job is to get people by demonstrating and providing as much information as possible. And obviously, as I mentioned, it could be a simple blog post, top 10 website builders, or top 10 or top 5 quiz builders, because we do have quiz builder into it as well. Community, top 10 community websites. So these are some of the things that you can actually create in order to get people in. And then another way to do it is basically by talking about the email tips and email marketing, and what are some of the best email marketing tools that the most basically affordable, or the ones, the platforms that have all-in-one capabilities rather than fragmented capabilities and stuff like that, like other websites where you always have to look what app integrates. So you can use that approach and talk about the email marketing.
I think that's a really
That's a
about it. And it's all in one and not a bunch of apps that you have to choose from, like on Shopify. You have to figure out what to plug into your WordPress site or whatever like that. It takes out a lot of the guesswork for people. And I think that's a really key selling feature too.
Absolutely. And then you can use social media to promote it. You can talk about how you built your website in X amount of time, how quick you set it up, and how quickly you did all of these things. Try to talk about it from your own perspective. What do you think that benefited you with using Noomu, and incorporate that into a post. And then below, instead of putting the link right on the post, just put in a comment right below and pin the comment. That way, whoever comes in, reads your post, they checks the comment, and then they click on the link, automatically they will be tracked. Or if they convert, you will get that commission. So that's one way of basically doing that. And then we also touched based a little bit on to how to create free workshops and free demos. If you have a list of people, now free workshop, if you have a list of people and you want to demonstrate, then you can create how to set up a landing page, or how to customize a template, or how to use a funnel to sell digital products. These type of videos where you demonstrate, you show people how to use it. And then at the end of that demonstration session, you include your affiliate link for them to go and sign up, right? To try it for free. And then obviously if they put the credit card in later on and convert, then you will be getting that commission for a lifetime from that individual. Now the workshops and demos, they don't necessarily have to be virtual. It could be like a one-on-one physical workshop and demo. That could be to your family member, your sibling, your mother, or whoever wants to start a website. Maybe they're checking in other platforms and you're like, hey mom, or hey brother, I'm using actually this platform and it works for me. Let me demonstrate for you how easy it is to set up. And then you can help them set up and whatever. And if they want to keep that website, then you help them set up and they put their credit card information in, then automatically you should be able to regain from those commissions. So don't just be like, oh, I'm just affiliate, like I have to find people. Sometimes the people exist within your circle, right? You just tell them about how you experience Noomu and how you like it or maybe dislike. I don't know. You just be honest about your experience, what you love.
Like, that's okay to share too. People
That's
appreciate
okay.
that honesty and transparency.
Exactly. So you literally have the ability to talk about these things however you want, talk about your experience. We live in a country that respects free, or countries, perhaps most of you live in the Western world where we respect free speech, quote unquote. Sometimes we don't, but either way, let's not get into politics here. But you can talk about your experience with anything, and we're not in control of that. But if you bring people in, you will be getting commission. That's basically how the ecosystem is built. Another thing that is to give you
I get on that too. I like what you're saying about sharing your experience too. And sometimes when you share what maybe you don't like about it, but you found a workaround for it, that really empowers people and helps people too. So maybe they're like on a trial and they're like, oh, I don't know. And then you give them these ideas and show that you're guiding them along. That goes a long way. And also just the transparency, because if you're just like, oh, it's so great and it's so perfect and like this, people are like, guys, yeah. Right? But also sharing your experience as you go along. And I think I was just building on what you were saying, Yusuf, that this is something I've always done too, and I love doing because it helps me in my own business, but it also helps other people. If you're building stuff, you're discovering something interesting that Noomu can do. And maybe you make this funnel that helps you get more leads, and then it's tracking these stuff and you learn, you're like, oh wow, share that. Like share as you're learning how to do it, because I find when I share that with the things that I'm learning, it gives me more clarity on like the purpose of why I'm doing it and stuff like that. And it also means that people can follow along with your journey because you don't need to be an expert. You don't have to be an expert web developer and stuff to share this, because the people who are going to follow along with your own journey are the people who are a little bit behind. So even if you're the one that's brave enough to start building your website and everybody else is watching you and they're like, oh, wow, you're learning so much. And they're following you because they are maybe just a bit behind. And the more you share on the things that you learn, you empower them to move forward too. So it's a great way for you to learn in the process and for them as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know if you addressed this question, but Alexandra is asking if you purchased Noomu, you don't have to pay for an extra hosting. Yeah, definitely not. It's already included into your plan. The Noomu, the hosting is there, the email marketing functionalities. Some of the things are also embedded based on the plan that you have. So just look at the plans, but the hosting is available for all plans across Noomu. Yeah. But there are some differences in terms of email lists, how many people you can have and all that stuff. That is a little bit different from plan to plan.
And there's always add-ons available too.
Exactly. Yeah. There's always add-ons.
App to their email
Yeah.
size. It's just that because it takes up resources.
Yeah, which means sometimes you might be stuck between like you chose the business and you also think that you need few more add-ons, but you don't want to upgrade to the other plan, which is the digital empire. You're just somewhere in between. You want to find like a nice fine line between both of them. You just don't want to upgrade, but you just need extra 500 subscribers. You can purchase that ability without having to upgrade to the next plan. So that's how it works. But just not to deviate from the purpose of this session. So let's just dive deeper into other ways of actually promoting Noomu in order to create recurring revenues and recurring commission revenues, rather. So one thing that somebody can do is build a niche audience, right? You can have multiple niches that you focus on or just one particular one. And that could be focusing on fitness coaches, where what you would do is you take a template that we already have, you change it up to correspond with your fitness coaches or audience, and then you build it that way. And then you start promoting it, whether you put the template up for sale or make it for free in order to have people sign up. That's totally your option, and it's within your discretion and desire to do whatever you want. You might also want to focus on a different niche. For Etsy sellers that want to have a standalone website where you can use some of the templates that we have, or you can add more to the templates. You can create another angle of it where you target PLR creators or beginner bloggers, and then you talk about the specific plans. And the way you would construct the message is obviously by creating content that speaks directly to their challenges. And those challenges could be the challenges that you faced before you found Noomu. Because I know, like, the reason why Alice and I created this in the first place was because a lot of the people that were in our Platinum Inner Circle and also in our other communities that we have really struggled with technology. And not only struggled with technology, sometimes it's not just about technology. It's about what to choose, what apps and plugins to choose. And sometimes that drained and exhausted their brain power, right? Because instead of focusing on something like promoting their business, they were distracted by trying to evaluate between 2 to 3 apps, right? Sometimes having those like multiple options, an ecosystem where they create multiple different apps, it creates that or the disadvantage where you have to choose between apps. And that sometimes is not a disadvantage, but I'll tell you how it becomes a disadvantage. Because sometimes, I don't know if I've used WordPress long enough and also Shopify to know that some of the apps that I've chosen and some of the plugins that I've chosen, all of a sudden, sometimes the developer decides that they don't want to create them anymore, or they don't want to update it anymore. And what that does, it makes the whole website like unfunctional when it comes to that part. Now you have to go do your research again, find another plugin, find another app that fits your ecosystem that you built on WordPress or whatever that is. And then that, instead of just focusing on your business and how to build your business, now you're like distracted by a lot of these things. That could be a selling point, right? When it comes to Noomu. And even you can cut up this video and use it as a selling point to explain why we created Noomu to begin with. And then you add the affiliate link.
Want to use any our promotion stuff, if you are sharing Noomu, we are happy that you take clips from videos,
Absolutely.
clips from pages and stuff like that. Don't duplicate our website. But you guys know what we're saying.
Yeah, that was the idea of us creating it in the first place, right? Because now people, instead of worrying about what apps to use, what not, and what feature won't be supported in the future, now everything is built into one platform, right? So it eliminates that headache of trying to decide between different apps and find out which one will survive longer than other apps, and then do your research when it comes to technicality rather than starting to expand and work on your business. So those are the type of videos and angles that you can actually create in order to promote Noomu. And that could be, as I said, like you build niches and audiences. You might actually later on even decide, okay, I've created one for fitness. Now I want to create one for something else, right? Let's say I want to create one for PLRs, and then I want to create one for Etsy's. Some of the plans that we have do allow you to create more than one website, right? So there's 3 websites. Some of them allow you to create more than just a single one. So you can choose
Sites as well. And then also, yeah, like sorry. But when you're talking about like fitness and stuff like that, and these are people, there's a lot of people out there who maybe they work, if it's fitness instructors and they work for a gym and they want to have a way to make their own income. Like they can do like a fitness training plan, but you can also adapt and show people how they can make digital products. Yoga instructors or whoever yoga instructors typically only work like an hour and a half or an hour at a time. And it's a difficult way to make a full-time income, but you're showing them different ways that they can take their skills and now turn it into digital products or any profession, right? So that's really smart to do.
Absolutely. And also, here's the thing. Your approach to this is not you're a fitness expert, rather than like a platform expert or a user experience expert or how to build. You become like a consultant based on your own experience, which you have all the right to do. And the topics that you can talk about are endless. Like there are topics that I haven't listed here, because ultimately what you are actually talking about here in this scenario is how to make their lives easier by allowing them to sell digital products. So regardless of what type of coaches they are, right? Your solution is basically, this is the platform that I use, and this is the platform that I like to use, or maybe dislike to use, or whatever that reasoning is, right? So that is your approach basically in that sense. So let's move on to the next point, that how you can actually promote this. Noomu really has some awesome features. It's got an ability to create quizzes that can be linked into funnels. You can create funnels and you can create communities, and then you can incorporate quizzes into the mix. If you want to create a quiz from scratch and link it to a template, link it to a funnel, you have all the capabilities to do that, and then you can send your link below. If you don't want to do all that work and you just want to focus on something that is already created, we do have landing pages that talk about these quiz funnels that we've created, that Alice put a lot of time into building as well, right? So those ones, what you can do is just share the link to talk about the functionalities on your blog post or on your video or on social media post, and then share your link. Take that landing page, add it to your affiliate, just the way Alice showed you in the beginning of the video. Get that affiliate link and then share it. And then whoever signs up and takes one of those quizzes and one of those funnels, and given that they haven't been a previous user of Noomu, you will get a commission. So if they're new and they clicked on it, they like it, you will get your commission. So that's how basically this works. Is there anything you would like to add to this section, Alice?
So here I am in ChatGPT, and I've got the fill in the blanks AI prompt ready here. And this is definitely not about just letting AI take over and write some gibberish for you that they think might be okay. This is going to be highly targeted to you, your audience, and also promoting the specific product you're promoting. And of course, in this example, we are using Noomu. So the prompt says, I'm going to promote the following page as an affiliate for Noomu, which is super easy to use drag and drop online business builder that I also use myself. I love it because it is not highly technical. It has lots of features to keep track of stat and convert visitors into buyers. It also has built-in email marketing, etc. And you could put as much as you like. You probably should take some time to do that. So the page I'm promoting, I'm going to decide that I'm going to promote our free membership site template. Let's go over here and I'll go to create a membership site. And all I will do, I'm going to just copy and paste everything. It's okay if a footer is in there. So I'm going to copy and paste the text. And then I'm going to say, so that's there. I don't need to worry about it. My audience, describe your audience. And I'm going to share it as part of my email campaign and social media post, etc. So I'm going to say my audience is really interested in selling products online, and generating recurring revenue, but they don't know how to set the tech up. A lot of them have been learning about online business for several years, but haven't started their website. And then maybe you could add also that's why. So the reason I wanted to share this particular page is because the reason I wanted to share this particular page is because it is a done for you membership site. They just have to enter personal info, set up a few things, and add their payment processor, and it's ready to go. I'm going to share it in an email to my subscribers. Can you please craft some copy? I want the promotion to sound, I'll say, friendly and casual, also very empathetic to the problems my customers have been having. It should include bullet points that are easy to read and a compelling reason to try the template for free. There's also more notes about tone, and when you use the prompt, you can actually do that. I'm just gonna go ahead, use line breaks, bold text emojis, no emojis. I don't like emojis in mine. You could say how long you want it. So I'm just gonna clip that out. There's lots of great things you can add. So I want it to sound like I'm talking to a friend. Use a tone that's friendly, but not too unserious or whatever you would like. I would say it should be about 2 to 3 paragraphs with those bullet points. And no emojis. I always tell it no emojis because I hate it when it's which means if I put emojis in an email, it's only going to be one. So I think that we're good to go. And that prompt will walk you through different things. Also, if you use ChatGPT and you've trained it on how you like to rate, you wouldn't have to add as much to it as that. So here we go. So done subject, done for your membership site. Yes, really, it's free to try. Hey, if setting up the tech side of your website has been holding you back from finally launching that membership or recurring income stream you've been dreaming about, this is for you. Noomu has created, and then you've got some great copy that you can also customize. And of course, it doesn't always listen to not having emoji, but it did stick with a 1, so that's good. But you could just read through it, ask it to check, hone in on different things. You could ask it to add a PS. Could you add a couple of compelling PSs for them to try it free right now? I would normally give it more instruction than that, but let's see. Thank you. And then PS, these templates aren't just samples. They're fully functional sites you can launch with a few clicks. You might be surprised at how much momentum you'll get just from starting. There's no cost to try it out. Noomu will even host your site for free for 14 days. If you've been waiting for the easy button, this is it. And that is why you always That's really funny. I've never seen it make a mistake like that, where it would spell it correctly and then incorrectly. But proofreading always. And one thing I like to do too is I like to read it on my computer and maybe dictate edits to it. I use the app, the ChatGPT app, to actually add to this chat and dictate the edits I'd like. And it makes it really super easy to proofread and customize as you'd like. So I hope that helps. And of course, we have that fill in the blanks AI prompt template for you. So you can use that to make it super easy to get your affiliate promotions done. Maybe just so I don't forget, Sabrina asked a question about where is it?
Malware and spammers and
It's up there. Yeah. Sorry. Do you have to buy, or is there a need for malware, virus, spammer protection for the website itself?
Sorry, repeat that. It's just lagged a little.
We have to buy, or is there a need for malware, virus, spammer protection?
No, it's already built in. If you see anything or if you experience anything, let us know so that we can pass it on to our engineers to deal with it immediately. But as far as I'm concerned right now, everything is already built in, right? So even the SSL that you get for domain security and for all the transactions, credit cards and all that stuff, it's already built in. But obviously we are able to detect with the help of Stripe, which is a powerful company.
Yeah. And then Donut's also asking a different security question about backup of websites and how that works.
Yeah. So the backup of websites happens automatically. The engineers are in charge of it. You don't need to worry about just like WordPress, you buy backup or plugin backups or anything like that. Here, everything is built automatically for simplicity because we want to back things up on our back end. However, if you feel like you want to back certain things up, let's say the content information for one odd reason or another, what you can do is you can print as a PDF format. Right? When you print things as a PDF format, it will at least save the text. It saves the content that way. That later on.
Yeah. We're not suggesting we do
Yeah.
relying on old school or
No, you're not. Everything happens automatically. And I'll tell you what we use to give you like a full understanding of how the backups are being made. We're using AWS that is totally integrated and backed as part of our system. And that's where we store some of your videos, some of your images and all that stuff. And then there's also a CDN, which is like a content delivery network, which helps the website from certain attacks, right? And what that does, the CDN service, now some websites use Cloudflare, some websites use other things. We have AWS, and AWS, I believe, uses Cloudflare. So it is integrated with Cloudflare. So what that does, it protects your website. So what is CDN? CDN has got two different, or more than two, but two very distinct or significant ways of functionality. One of them is for quick deliverability. What CDN does, it takes your website, it downloads your website onto the multiple servers that they have. Cloudflare or other platforms, they have servers in the United States, multiple of them, some in Canada, some in Europe, some in India, some in whatever. So they take your website, they download it. So it's automatically there. And what that does is that if there's a customer that approaches or logs into your website from India and you're in the United States, it doesn't show them your website in the United States. I believe it does show them your website in India that has been downloaded onto that Indian server. Why? For that quick deliverability, right? So that's the content network. Another thing that this does is that if there is an attack on your website from, let's say, India or from whatever, then only that portion of the website is being attacked. And it's easier to being dealt with, right? And then it's easier to bring back your website, to bring back your content. So everything is being taken care of automatically so that you don't have to do it manually. That is.
to know these nerdy things because I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that is how it's built. And there is a ability of backing things up. And everything happens automatically, right? We don't even, like Alice and I don't even do it. It's done by the backend people.
Yeah. Awesome. I guess we are going to maybe wrap up here in a moment, but we just wanted to see if there were any other questions you might have. So you guys know where to find the dashboard and you have that document there. So you can download. So a lot of the stuff we've talked about today is already ready on like in there for you so that you can go in, and the links to different pages, we put those in there for you too, potentially pages that you might want to promote. Yeah.
Okay. Did you mention the cookie length?
talked about that.
No. Do you want to get into it?
We have, that's a 30-day cookie that we have? Yes, I think so. Yeah. Let me double check it too while we're here. Okay.
Meanwhile, Anik just asked what is the best way to promote Noomu. I went into it in the session, but I can tell you like briefly, if you don't have an email list or you don't have followers, one of the best ways is find people within your actual circle in life that are interested to create a website now or have already a website.
MLM, it's just a
Yeah, no, it's not an MLM. It's not like you make mine, then no. But if you know somebody in your circle that is struggling with one of the websites that they're already using, or they planning on create a website or thinking about it, or maybe you want to convince them to have a website for one reason or another, you can use your affiliate link in order to make them sign up. And then once they create a website, you will get a lifetime commission, as we discussed further back in this video. That's just to mention it lightly and briefly. Otherwise, even on Facebook pages or on your other social media posts where they're public, you can share your information, your own experience with Noomu. This is the website that I built. I built it in this many minutes or hours or whatever that is, and then explain how it helped you, what are some of the difficulties it made you overcome, and then at the same time use some of that emotional appeal where you talk about things like I've used other platforms and these are some of the struggles that I had, and yeah, so you can just express yourself and your experience in so many different ways. And then don't forget to put your affiliate link in the comment section of that post that you share, or even within that post. The reason why I recommend to put it in the comment section and pin it is because at least some now it seems that it doesn't affect the deliverability on that platform, because sometimes when you include a link within the post, it might impact the deliverability because they see it as a promotional post and stuff like that, and that might hinder you from having other people to see it. So these are some of the ways that you can actually promote it.
Yeah, awesome. And yes, I just wanted to check all the settings too to make sure we knew everything. So it is a 30-day cookie, and it is the last click wins setting, which is, and as having decades of affiliate marketing experience, that is the fairest way to do it. It's the person who actually clinches the sale, who sends them to register, and then that. So it's when the person registers, and then if they put in their credit card and to create a plan, that's yours. But that's because that is the person who actually made the sale.
To be honest with you, if you don't have an extensive list, there is probably no reason for things to overlap at this moment, because I know a lot of you guys are in different provinces, if you are here in Canada, or in different states, if you are in the States, or in different parts of the world, right? Overlap in terms of that might not be as common.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. All right. So maybe a couple more things. I'm not worried about those clicks. I don't think she just said, Valerie, so what you said. And then maybe just one more comment from Alexandra, who says, I would like to have a widget informing about cookies on my website. Oh, it would be great to have a template for it included. I'm in Europe, right? Because you might have a requirement for that. Do you?
Yeah, Europe has got some stricter. I don't know why Europe is being like. I grew up in Sweden, and I sometimes I find it like it's a little bit of too much, the bureaucracy there. But either way, it might be good for people ultimately.
Because in the settings of the website, there's a cookie disclaimer button you can switch on. So I'm going to check that real quick before we finish up. And then where am I? I'm like over here. Where's my website? There it is. Okay, so setting cookies and privacy cookie disclaimer. There you go. So here you go. Think what you're looking for.
Yeah, in that text, you can add whatever you want as well. So you can add whatever text that complies with the GDPR or whatever that is.
Yeah, so then it can, there you go. Okay. I figured it would be there.
Yeah.
But I didn't know because we didn't have to do that ourselves.
Yeah, the regulations here in Canada and in the United States, they're different, and they're more laxed or relaxed, if you will.
All right, I think we will wrap it up here. If you guys have any questions, obviously come next week when we open up the community. Come see us there. In the meantime, go to the eKid Hub University community. We also have the Facebook group. You can also send an email, obviously. Our team is there to handle questions. You guys have Melody at your disposal as well. So we look for, and if you have suggestions on different things, on maybe some content that we could create, happy to. We have a lot planned, so we will incorporate suggestions and get as much of that done as we can.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.